So, hey guys, we are back with another podcast, and this time we are analyzing the game between RCB and MI, probably the only rivalry which is a box office rivalry after the fall of CSK. So, yeah, Wankhade, the toss was won by Mumbai Indians as usual. The coin was shown, by the way, this time. So, in all fairness, Mumbai won the toss, selected to bowl first. And yeah, RCB were put onto bat. I felt like they were 20 less than what they should have made. Kohli had a very bad day today. 50 of 38 balls. Philip Salt again, I think he played well with 78 of 36. Rajat Patidar, exceptional 53 of 20. Tim David powering RCB to 240 in 20 overs at the loss of 4 wickets. I felt like Romario Shepherd should have come a little earlier than Jitesh Sharma. I think Jitesh Sharma should have been kept after Romario instead of uh, Jitesh first and Romario then. In response, obviously, the score looks decent, but the fact is, after the sixth over and until I think 17th over, when Duffy came back for his fourth over, Mumbai Indians was having a run rate of less than 10 runs per over. So they were like in 17 overs, they were less than 170 runs. It's only after Duffy gave a few freebies, which was expected of him. Mumbai went on to score 222 for 5 in the end, with obviously Romario helping them as well, being a little generous. Right, Aniket?
What did we say? I mean, despite the freebies, the fact that Rutherford actually capitalized on the middle order. I mean, you look at Sky 30 of 20, roundabouts like striking at 150. Hardik himself 40 of 22, 180s. Compared to like you look at RCB where Rajat Patidar got like I think 53 of 20 and
Yeah,
the again like launched by Phil Salt 78 of 36. The clear difference in both sort of innings was it was by RCB it was strike rotation a lot more than Mumbai, which sort of kept sort of a pressure on the fielders because you look at like the overs like RCB get 1-2 boundaries and like it's a third run over compared to like Mumbai innings it's like an 11 run or 9 run over where there's like one boundary but few dots in the middle. So when Hardik and Sky were at the crease compared to when there was Kohli, Patidar and eventually even early with Salt and into the launch, that was one major difference I sort of felt, where Mumbai sort of lost the game.
I think it was RCB spinners versus Mumbai spinners. Basically, Mayank Markande went for 40 in 2 overs. The first over by Santner was for 22 runs, versus if you just have a left arm fast spin bowler in Lord Krunal Pandya and obviously Suyash Sharma. So, yeah, these guys did a fantastic job in reducing MI to what they actually went on to get. Harishankar, what are your views?
yeah. I mean, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Mumbai for competing more than CSK. So I'll be honest with that. I mean, at least they brought the runs conceded by at least less than 20, which is again respectable given the position they were in. But again, as Aniket pointed out early in the podcast, I saw at the start of the innings, I saw how RCB were trying to push every ball for a single, if not a boundary. They never looked like they were under pressure. And I don't remember Mumbai generating like a dot ball until like the third over. I'm not saying it's a bad thing necessarily. I'm just saying that even on the good balls, RCB tried to go for those singles, and every time there was a bad ball, they would just put it in the fence. So I like the way how RCB approached Mumbai's bowling attack because they know the pitch, they know the conditions, where to bowl, when to bowl, what to bowl as well, and I felt they utilized it better than Mumbai is what I feel. That's obviously one thing. The other thing is, I think it was a bit of a tactical mistake from Hardik. I think that might have shifted I wouldn't say the entire innings, but sort of the psychological thing in NY's head. The fact that they bowled Santner in the power play. So again, Santner is a reputed bowler in the power play. New Zealand have done that. I've seen them go successful. But the fact that he's just come off after a long, a week off, and he's playing his first IPO game. I don't think it was a wise decision to bowl him in the power play, even though he's good at that. So I felt, he gave away 22 runs in his
22,
first over.
yes.
So yeah, 22. So that I think put a shift backwards. I think that was one thing. But other than that, I think it was that from that point onwards, Mumbai were really on the back foot and RCB were on the front foot. And then obviously, coming back to your point on Kohli's thing, again, I find it a mixed view. Obviously, his strike rate, not good in the modern T20 game. But I felt, you might have just, I felt the other batters hitting, Salt hitting, 78 of 30 something, if I'm not wrong. So I felt that might have taken the pressure a bit off Kohli to play his game, which is to, go for the boundary of the odd ball, rotate strike. So I'm not sure whether Kohli did the right thing or the wrong thing, but I just felt like his non-striker was barely under any pressure. Because usually the thing with cricket is we expect Kohli to hit the ball. We expect Kohli to have a better strike rate. That's what the that's what the opposite end batter expects. But obviously Kohli has come to a stage where, you have batters around him that can do the job for him. So I just felt in one way you might criticize him. I just feel in one day he might have just done the job in one day. That's my take on Kohli. But other than that, after the Kohli wicket, when after the Salt wicket, when Patidar came in, he was incredible. So he first ball 6, second ball 6, third ball 6 of the Markande over. I feel that was again that turned a lot because I felt RCB were Mumbai was slowly coming back into the game after the Shardul Thakur over. So I felt Mumbai just gave it away after whenever they looked like they were slightly in the game. But other than that, I just felt RCB just had their perfect game today.
Okay, so for you, key moments were obviously Salt getting out and then Rajat Patidar coming in. So that's actually one of those key moments for me as well because RCB was 120 for 1 in 10.5 overs when Salt got out. And then they scored 63 runs in 19 balls. And the score was 183 for 1 in 14 overs. Now, normally that would look a very good score. So you would say like 240 overall, you would take it any day of the week on any batting round. Right, and 120 for 1, 240, probably doubling the score after the 11th over mark. But I personally felt like they were 20 runs short than what they should have got, and simply because of two reasons. One is Romario didn't get to bat much. Jitesh also didn't get that much of an opportunity. Don't forget, Devdutt Padikkal has had a strike rate of nearly 200 this season, even last season, and Krunal Pandya can also bat. So personally, I felt like Kohli slowed down a bit. Actually, he was struggling. And I think he had an ankle injury as well. That's why he didn't field.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, that was one thing. But the thing that actually pissed me off was wasting 2 reviews on wides that were actually not wides.
Oh yeah,
So
diabolical. Yeah,
that was.
Well, I think that was something in the whole game as well because I think even in the second innings towards the end, reviews for like no balls and wide. So I think more than reviewing for wickets, both the batting sides looked set to review for wides instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the modern game has that. It's just a bit distracting at this point. Like, yeah.
I think the second moment for me would be Suyash Sharma getting out Rickelton and Tilak Varma in the same over, in the 8th over basically.
Yeah.
Because Tilak Varma, again, if I'm not that concerned about Rickelton, but Tilak Varma specifically, if he's there facing the spinners, both Krunal and Suyash, he can take them down. Definitely Suyash. So I felt like getting rid of that right hand left hand combination was pretty important at that point of time. Though the delivery wasn't the greatest one, but yeah, that was one of those key moments. Aniket, what about you?
I think for me, in terms of key moments, I think one, as I pointed out earlier, not like a key moment in general, but just sort of the way RCB approached this game from the get-go made it quite clear that they were looking to dominate from the start and had sort of pushed MI into a defensive bowling strategies. Like, you could argue that's probably why Hardik brought on Santner so quickly, but again, from that, Rajat Patidar like going straight out against Markande, that sort of set the tone for RCB in terms of their batting. And in the second innings, I would say it was just the general sort of Krunal and Suyash as a whole coming together and sort of restricting MI, because throughout that period against both, they were sort of barely keeping up, like 9 runs per over, or like 11 runs every now and then in that over. I think another thing that I would probably put on par. I don't know how much MI felt this, but Rohit getting retired out, because up till that MI didn't have that bad of a momentum. It was 57 of 5 overs, I think, and I were looking comfortable at that point. I think from that point on, things sort of slowed down for MI gradually, up until the point where like they had that explosion at the end.
Okay, fair enough. Any moment of the match for you, Harishankar? There's one
No
funny moment for
particular
me.
moment. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So yeah, I personally felt like it was too funny to see Romario getting Rutherford out twice in 2 balls, and then obviously getting smashed by him for 4 sixes in an over.
Yeah, that would be a good moment. Yeah.
Aniket, do you have one?
Uh,
Probably Ravi Shastri and company getting pissed off at bowlers and batters reviewing whites.
I think overall, I think a positive, like as an MI fan, that I could take from this game myself is just Rutherford himself, and the way he batted, because like despite the sort of, you could argue, like yes, a lot of those balls were freebies, but just that sort of the fact that he, despite the odds, like never like giving up, sort of brought back memories of Lord Pollard, as you two would fondly know. There was this game. If you, I think I don't remember which season it was, out of 2020 or 21.
Ishan
MI and
Kishan and
RCB,
Kiran
like,
Pollard. 99
yeah,
were required of 36 balls and they lost by 1 run. I remember that. It was in UAE.
yeah. So it's sort of, it's nice to know that MI sort of have found someone who can, won't give up despite the odds.
All right. I think we have covered the best moment, the key moments, and the match summary as well. So we are done for today. We'll be covering all these matches specifically on Sundays. So just stay tuned with us. And yeah, if you like our work, obviously subscribe, hype if you can. Obviously, there's one feature of hype as well these days on YouTube. And yeah, keep watching, keep loving. Bye.